based on loosely on something that I had made for myself 35 years ago. And some people call them leveling jacks. I call it a keystep. And the idea of jacking the key up to the right height, and then you set your straight edge on the samples that are supported by your key jacks, and then you level the keys in between. And suddenly it occurred to me, whoa, I ought to pre-level the keys that are going to be my samples, so that when I'm done, they're done. And I don't have to figure out what to do with them and add punchings in, which is just, that's annoying. And I was a little annoyed at myself for it taking about 35 years to come to that conclusion. But anyway, it led me to an observation. And that is, it'll be easier to see on this side, that the key naturally rests on the back rail and the balance rail. If we're using a key dip sample as our gauge of how things were in the piano and setting up on the bench, it requires 3 keys. If I came to a conclusion that doing 2 samples was better than 1 because our smallest punching was 3/1000ths of an inch, and I was using a WNG dip block, and I could tell the difference between, 2, the closest I could get with 2 would be slightly different from each other. So by having an extra one, I would triangulate and achieve the accuracy that I wanted for transferring the bedding, which is what it was all about. But that required 4 keys that were unreliable, because they weren't yet leveled. They might or might not have been squared and spaced properly. It was just too much preparation for something that also had a soft punching in it. And anyway, what happened was I put my keystep on, my pre-leveled key, and I turned it up to just touch the key, so that now it's in the right position for leveling, but it's also finished. It's already leveled itself. And then I realized, whoa, the key is touching the back rail and touching the balance rail, but unlike the dip sample, where now it's no longer touching the back rail, it's touching the front rail and the balance rail, or it's touching the balance rail and the back rail, now it's touching all 3 rails.